All right, Democrats, they are so desperate to trying every political stunt that they can think of to see what might actually stick. And they're spending millions and millions and tens of millions of dollars. How do we communicate to men? Hey, Joe, want a brewski? I don't know. Not sure that's working too well. Maybe we'll curse like Donald Trump. Anyway, according to Axios, Democratic officials are now considering holding a national convention ahead of the 2026 midterms in an effort to showcase candidates. And they want to feel out 2028 presidential hopefuls. I hate Trump more than you do. I can pretty much predict what's going to happen. DNC chair Ken Martin has been pushing this idea at the Democrat summer meeting this week, which is clearly not going particularly well, as it generated nothing but bad headlines. Here with reaction, New Hampshire GOP Senate candidate Scott Brown, along with Project 21 chairman Horace Cooper. Scott, start with you. Look, I don't really care what they do. If the $15 trillion in committed manufacturing money that the president has secured from companies and countries, if that kicks in, if the largest tax cut in history kicks in and is in the economy, in the bloodstream of the economy, if the same with energy dominance, if that kicks in the economy, and if the president keeps brokering one peace deal after another, and peace and prosperity drive elections, I don't care what they do. It won't matter in 2026. It will be overwhelming. You can see that people are moving to the Republican Party. Registration up by millions, Democrats down by millions. The trend is very clear where the country's headed.
Well, Sean, that's absolutely right. And if he can pull off getting interest rates lower for housing so young people can get out of their parents' house and go buy a house, then he's really, I think, hit a home run after home run after home run. And if the Democrats keep it up, they're going to be having their conventions in a phone booth. I mean, registrations are down, fundraising is down, and you see that there's no vision, no leader, no message. And respectfully, they're on the wrong side of every single issue. It's really just an anti-Trump movement. They can't even commend and congratulate the president on bombing Iran and the men and women who pulled off this amazing, amazing mission. You can't even say thank you. You did a fantastic job. The border, I mean, you name it, men and boys and women and girls sports. Thank God he's there. Thank God he's pushing for common sense things that people agree on, regardless of their political affiliation.
All right. So if the largest tax increase in American history gets into the bloodstream, as I said, Horace, in the economy, $15 trillion in committed investments in manufacturing, energy dominance. We can't even calculate or factor in the impact that'll have on the economy, and more peace deals happens. What does that do to the 26 midterms? Because usually the party in power has a tougher time. I would argue that that would help Republicans defy history.
I would agree with you. I would say this, that we're going to have two sets of forces at work. The good work that the president has done, creating an amazing era of opportunity for millions and millions of Americans, particularly working class and middle income people. But secondly, the terrible things that the left is doing. They just had this midsummer meeting, and I guess you'd have to say they need to apologize to freak shows for the outrageously terrible behavior that was on exhibit. Why would you do this again next year?
I wish I said that. I really do, because that's exactly what it became. It was a disaster. I mean, you know what is amazing, Horace? They have learned nothing. There's no introspection. There's no self-reflection. You know, there's no course correction.
When I was a kid, back in the 70s, my older brother would take me to the itinerant circus, and there was a section where the freaks were, and it would scare me. And my parents, when they found out, said, "Stop, you can't do that anymore." But there's nobody telling the Democrats, "Stop it, put the crazy down, try normal."
You know, I look at your race, Scott Brown, and I see it as a very winnable race for Republicans. And by the way, speaking to senators and people in leadership, they think your race is winnable, in part because of what Horace is saying. This party has gone nuts. They're crazy.
Well, absolutely. I mean, look at President Trump, what he's doing in D.C. with the crime. I mean, we are grabbing it by the horns and cleaning it out. You've been there. I used to live there. My car was stolen and vandalized when I was a U.S. Senator, and it got worse and worse and worse. And thank God he's doing it, because that is the shining light. That is our capital. And to get all these people off the streets, and at least the mayor is finally saying, hey, thank God. I would encourage every Democrat mayor to say, hey, listen, sir, can we have your help? Because in Minneapolis, the police are underfunded and they're overworked. And in Chicago, there's killings all the time. I don't care. I don't believe a word that the governor says. Just say, yeah, sure. Can you help us, sir? Can you help us? Like, what is the big deal? Are we upside down here? Can't we just stop the crime and get back to, as you referenced, as Horace said, like the normal behavior to make our country safe and secure? Thank you.
Great. Stay with the basics, right? I mean, law and order, safety, security, a prerequisite towards pursuing happiness. You don't have it, guess what? It's hard to pursue it. Anyway, we'll watch your race closely. Horace, great to see you.